Hey guys, so we're going to be talking about how to implement a class using TDD, a bit like we looked at yesterday. But before we get into that, a couple of you have asked me how I'd go about setting up a kind of new project for some of this stuff. So I thought I'd just go through the few steps that I'd normally go through to do that. You guys won't have to do this because you've cloned this repository down, so you've already got some of this stuff done. But it's pretty quick, so I thought I'd show you. So I basically got a folder here, right, with nothing in it. If we run ls, we can see it's empty. So the first thing I'd do if I was setting up a node project is run npm init, which is going to initialize a npm thing here. It's basically going to set up a package.json. So it's going to ask me for a name, which we can accept the default for, version, description, all this kind of stuff. The test command we want to be mocha, because we know we're going to use mocha for doing the testing. And we don't have to worry about any of this stuff. And what that's done is it's created this package.json for us, which has got like all the stuff we need in it, except it doesn't have the dependencies yet. So the next thing that we need to do is add the dependencies. So we're just going to add char and mocha. So what that's done is added in these two dependencies into the package.json. It's added this lock file and it's also installed them in that node modules folder. So what I'd probably want to do now is add a git ignore file. Git ignore, which is basically we want to put in so that we can ignore this node modules folder. So I'm just going to go into here and add node modules so that Git will ignore that from now on. And then I also want to add a README file. And then we want to come over here and put some sort of title in here, right? The last couple of things I want to do, because I know we're going to have some models and we're going to have some tests in here. I'm just going to create a couple of folders for them. So I just want to call this one test for Mocha, and then we're going to call this one models. And we're basically done except for Git. So I'm just going to do a Git init to turn this into a Git repository. I'm going to do a git add dot, which will add all of these. That will show us the new files that we got there, which looks about right. So I can just make a commit. Cool. So we're kind of set up, ready to go with this project now. This is where we can actually start doing some work.